And here we go. And welcome in to the Rob and Kale Show. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. My buddy is Carolina Jackpot. He is laughing at me because I had a moment of stupidity.
I've done that before. I've recorded probably about 7 or 8 minutes of a video one time going down the road in my truck, and I looked up, and the damn thing wasn't even. I hadn't even hit the record button on my phone.
Yeah. Well,
I
anyway,
was just talking to the air and God, whoever was listening.
So yeah. Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody that shows up here this evening. It amazes me at times because we have so many folks that check in with us and watch us every night. Just seriously, I know I give a lot of you shit, but I appreciate all of you. Mr. Knippy over there, Brock. Who else we got over there? Hairy Leg.
Brock's over here, Floby, Ellis Jones, Dan is here,
Yeah.
Harry Leggy's here, Christian Knight's here, Big Barney Ross is over there. 7 Ohm Tester is here.
One of the things that I'm going to do before I die. Yeah, Pigskin Pete's here. There you go. And he says Kelly and Kiffin are both clowns. Yeah, okay.
I gotta ask Pigskin Pete if he'll put down in the comments. So where did Lane Kiffin talk about Clemson? Because I went back and tried to listen to where he trolled. He said something about Clemson's schedule, but I couldn't find it. But then again, I can only listen to so much of that guy. Rob.
Yeah, I mean, I like Lane Kiffin, but his press conferences can be kind of like, oh fuck, really?
You like him?
I do like him.
You wouldn't like him if he was in your conference stealing all your players, but yeah.
Yeah.
He saw it on X. Okay.
But anyway,
he looked dapper with the look that he had on with the nice sport jacket with the no tie look. That looked good. Josh Heupel should have went with that look yesterday instead of. Did you see his look with the sport jacket? Did he have on tennis shoes? I think he had on tennis shoes. And then he didn't button it all the way up. He didn't have his top button. You can tell because his collar was a mess. It's like, man, you can't even come to media days and look like you're damn dressed to the nines.
Yeah, well, and I don't know with all these.
What's up, Eddie? Thank you.
Some of them come and do their thing, and they look the part. I don't even know what to say about some of them. I mean,
I like Shane Beamer's sport coat he had on yesterday. It was pretty sharp.
Yeah, well, and Shane Beamer, I mean, he looked like he was a reputable person. I mean, he really did. And then you have some guys that show up and they look like fucking, I don't know, I don't even know what term to go with. Jackpot. What? What, man? Look, it was that way at when we were at ACC Media Days a couple years ago. There was one coach.
Narduzzi looks like he'd come dressed like a slob.
Yeah. Narduzzi looked okay, but you could tell he had like the hair grease going.
Bill O'Brien looks like he'd probably still have. I think Bill Belichick. If Bill Belichick didn't have that girlfriend, if he had his druthers, I bet you he would come in damn workout pants and that damn cut off sweatshirt that he wore all the time to put on the sidelines. Remember his sideline attire was like the hoodie with the sleeves cut out of it. I mean, he was just he didn't give zero fucks. He didn't care about impressing anybody. Remember when the comrade used to say that Will Muschamp stayed around South Carolina long enough, he was going to become the program's Bill Belichick?
Yeah, I do remember that. So
funny stuff, man.
I don't know.
Funny shit. Now he's moving on. Does anyone even know where he is?
I mean, he's probably at the last Sears on earth selling sports coats.
Not the comrade. I'm talking about Muschamp.
Those comrade's the assistant manager to the manager of Muschamp.
The comrade's on summer break. I know it said he's no longer in the program, so you're right on that. It's in the media guide. He wasn't in the media guide. Was where was where his absence was noted. So, I mean, has anybody asked Kirby about that?
Not yet, not that I know of. But when is I gotta look at the thing? Is Kirby coming up tomorrow? I don't
Yeah,
know. I gotta look.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I don't know, man. Um,
Well, I think we'll be fine. I mean, new starting quarterback this year. Kid's been in the program for
that's
4
right.
years.
He went yesterday. I'm off a little bit. Yeah. And once
Oh, yeah, I
again,
went yesterday, Rob. What, I mean, what are you talking about?
well, but that and the thing though with Kirby
Well,
Smart
we
is
don't
that
have a problem down here with driving. We don't have a problem with kids. We got good kids down here. What are you talking about?
he doesn't. What I'm saying is he's not going to give the media anything. He's that. If Will Muschamp was a winner, okay, he would beat Kirby Smart because they're essentially the same person. They're not going to tell the media shit.
I don't know where Will
They'll tell you
Muschamp is.
fuck you.
I don't know
Look,
where he is. If I
Will,
gave him a cream pie, you'd know where he was.
you could tell Will Muschamp, sir. We have HD footage of 7 of your players raping a goat out in the middle of Williams-Brice Stadium. We have several different angles of it. What do you think about the goat raping? And he would be like, "Oh, there's no goat rape. What are you talking about? I know those kids. They're not goat rapers." That's the kind of shit he would tell you. I mean, and
That's
Kirby's
Steve.
kind of
That's
the
Steve
same way.
Spurrier. If Steve Spurrier had a tea time and you told him several of his players were out there raping a goat in the parking lot, he'd say, "Let GA handle it." what,
Yeah,
or
walk it off. I haven't listened to Kirby Smart stuff
let
because
Stevie handle it. What was his son's name? Steve Spurrier Jr. What do you call
yeah,
him?
let
Stevie.
Junior handle it. But
Let
no,
Junior
it's
handle that.
look and look. I respect Kirby Smart for what he's done. Okay, but let's just be completely honest. He's boring. He is fucking boring. I would rather sit with Pigskin Pete and drink goddamn jello shots with vinegar in them as we put together Legos. That would be more fun than listening to a fucking Kirby Smart press conference. He's not going to tell you shit. You get nothing from him. That's why it's hard. You can respect him as a coach, but he doesn't say anything. He doesn't do anything. So I don't watch his stuff. That's why somebody was like, "Hey, Rob, are you keeping up with all the S?" Yeah, I mean, I watch the stuff that I think might be interesting. Shane Beamer is a piss poor coach, but you know what? He may say something at his press
I
conference.
disagree.
He may fucking cry. He may fucking look like he started his fucking period and cry in front of everybody. So that's something to watch. He may try to fight fucking fat guy from Illinois. I don't know, but at least it's something to watch. Kirby Smart's just a boring man. You know what he does though? He wins fucking games. So he gets 90 seconds of my attention. That's about how long I get into one of his press
Did you
conferences.
hear Dabo talking about the the finding that Brian Kelly uh, sang at some bar somewhere, and they went to look for it, and it turned out it was some guy named Brian Kelly who uh, is in the band Florida Georgia Line. Did you watch that?
No. Let
I
me
don't
let
know
me
what I
address
don't know what the
let
fuck he was talking about.
me address Squidtard. Squidtard says Dabo cries more than Beamer does, but I digress. Sir, I've got Shane Beamer crying in press
Facts,
conferences
facts.
multiple fucking times.
Squidtard,
Please show
I
me
on your
where
post,
Dabo Sweeney actually cries. I'll wait. I'll wait.
I commented on his post, and I think he saw it. But I want to would like to bring up out here. Squidtard hit 15,000 subs on his YouTube channel over the weekend. So congratulations, Squid. He's putting out some good stuff. I like his videos. He's
You
got
know what?
some.
I do watch Squidtard stuff, and most of it has a lot of sense. Then he comes on our program and tries to bring the goddamn IQ down by saying dumb shit like that. God damn it, Squidtard, you're better than that, sir. You are fucking. You're the only Tennessee YouTuber worth watching now. Got
He'll
you
do
have
some of those
fucking
different
issues with
videos. I don't know how you describe. I don't know what genre you call it. You describe it. Some of them are like they're kind of like a documentary style type of thing. But people really like those. Um,
um What are you
Wish
talking
I
about?
was smart enough to do that, but I'm
What
just
are
a
you
dumb.
talking about, buddy? I'm. What are you talking about? The like documentary stuff?
Yeah, it's more like more like documentaries. Like I don't know. I have to. It's hard for me to explain to you. I'd have to show you an example of what someone else doing a video like that with lots of clips and things in it. I'd have to.
Yeah. No, well, if you want, like, I actually wanted to talk to you about some of this stuff that, like, that we should do some stuff like that where we have clips and stuff like that and come together and all that. That would be really cool. We should do that. I also have another idea I wanted to put out before football season started, and I thought I was gonna bounce this off of you later, but why not now? These are our friends here that have joined the show. We might as well put it out here. I
Like for example, here I am on a tangent again. So I'm talking
Sure.
about like what if Conference USA in 1995, um, uh, or no, like the Big East Conference of 1979. What if it was a football conference too, instead of just a basketball conference, and they kind of go down something like that, going down rabbit holes. In other words.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, a rabbit hole we could go down is,
I
uh,
watched like a video like that the other day, an interesting one. What happened to the Southern Miss football program, and
right.
what happened to the East Carolina football program? I
Well,
meant to bring this up too. I was thinking, I was looking at some potential Power Five or Power Four teams that could get upset by a group of five teams. Week one, Southern Miss at home got a brand new head coach, Charles Huff, who came from Marshall. Brought most of his team from Marshall, who won the Sun Belt last year, taking on Mississippi State in Hattiesburg. I think that's a potential upset there. In fact, I think Southern Miss may end up being favored in that game. In fact, I think they win.
that would be shocking. But something that I think would be
I don't think it'd be
interesting.
shocking. What do you think? Kentucky could get beat by Toledo?
I don't think that's happening.
Uh,
I don't think that's happening. Kentucky dominates the fucking what is its name, the MAC. They'll kill it all, man.
they came to Starkville and beat Mississippi State 42-17 last year.
Yeah, but Mississippi State was complete. They were in what Georgia Tech was in at one point, where they were redoing their entire roster. So
You think Kentucky's heads and shoulders above that Mississippi State? I don't.
I think Stoops is a hell of a coach that's not going to let his team lose to Toledo.
Mm,
I'm just being honest with you. I mean, you ask. I mean, shit.
we'll see.
Good to go. All right. Well, anyway, but no, one thing that I think would be interesting is we should go back and talk about South Carolina's path getting to the SEC and how do some stuff with that, because maybe get a couple of reporters that were working back then that maybe would talk with us, but how South Carolina got there, I think that's fascinating. But also the backlash from people like Paul Feinbaum, who literally wrote, I think, like 8 pieces about how South Carolina was going to fuck up the conference just with their football
Remember,
program.
there used to be an old guy named Dan Foster who wrote for the Greenville News.
Yeah, yeah.
There
I
was
mean,
old,
I,
older black guy too that wrote for the. I think he wrote for the Greenville paper. Willie Smith. I think that was
yeah,
his name.
Willie T. Smith, man. Yeah, I got him.
Okay, yeah.
He
I
used to
remember
call him.
him. I remember Dan Foster. But yeah, that was cool. Remember Jim Phillips, the guy that was the Clemson play-by-play for years and years when Bob Fulton was at Carolina. He used to be. Excuse me. I remember him being the sports anchor at Channel 4 in Greenville when I was really small.
Yeah. Jackpot. We got a question from the Big Barney Ross here. Better question. Do you think Ole Miss rolls into Kroger's and gets a win in week 2?
Yeah, I do.
You know what? See, Jackpot.
I
I
don't
don't
know though. I mean, I don't know. They're replacing a lot.
I don't
Um,
normally call you out on some things, but I think that you overlook Kentucky a good bit, sir. I really do.
I mean,
Because
what?
I
I mean, I didn't overlook them last year. I thought that we were going to get beat by them, and we destroyed them. They had a bad year.
but I mean, just let's just be honest, you weren't very sure of your team last year. But
No, at
just
that point, I wasn't.
no. So there's that.
But I also knew that the idiots that were running around saying they were going to beat us by 3 touchdowns, and I knew that that was ridiculous too.
And we called that shit out. And I hope that's something that we do more of this season. When we see fuckery like that, when dum dums run their mouths and say things like, South Carolina's going to lose by 3 touchdowns to Kentucky. We need to. I want to have. I want Sunday night to be like roll call night. I know we have the bookcase of accountability, but we have something that's that fucking dumb and it gets shelled on Saturday. I want to just blister motherfuckers. We're gonna keep that shit.
Yeah, show up and take your medicine.
Well, the like a perfect example, and I'm not picking at him. Matt says Rob said a coach with a 28-62 record in the SEC is a heck of a coach. A heck of a coach against the teams from the MAC, sir.
Matthew, thank you for your super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. Maybe I should enunciate better. He's real damn good against the MAC. Go and pull your numbers against the MAC, sir.
Wait, you didn't say that.
But that's what I meant. That's why I said
nobody means that when I say somebody. When I say Dabo's a damn good coach, it doesn't mean me saying Dabo's a damn good coach against the ACC. I'd say Dabo's a damn good coach. Period.
Well,
don't try to walk it back and repair.
Well, then fine. We'll have the first motherfucking session of myself. Fuck you, Rob, for saying that Stoops is a good coach when he's 28-62 in the conference. You're a dickhead, Rob. Are we good now, Jackpot?
Well, I mean, he's a hell of a coach for some of the things he's done.
Jackpot says he's a hell of a coach. Somebody else send us $5 in a super chat to put that over.
Hell of a coach, hell of a coach, hell of a coach, hell of a coach. I'll retire soon. Y'all keep sending them. I'm surprised that his SEC record is that piss poor.
I am too.
It's probably last year and then his first few years. It probably weighed it down a lot. He had some bad years, I think.
Let me put this out there, and this will people think it's just the C on my head talking. If you told me I could have Beamer or Stoops, I'd take Stoops, and I wouldn't even think about it. Wouldn't even look up. I would take Stoops.
You must like losing. Look at that record.
Losing. It's not an issue of losing. It's an issue of he's at a school where they don't really acknowledge most of the time they have a football team, and he wins some games. And he's respected.
A lot of people say that all the time. They care about football. When they have a good football team, they're excited about it. They like football. It's going to be a tough place to play.
There's a reason March Madness is in the middle of October, because that's when Kentucky's football season ends, sir.
Well, I'm not going to disagree with that.
Just serious.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
Yep, I would take Stoops. It's just me.
Billy said he's 39-60 in the SEC.
Cool.
So where did Matthew get that other record from?
I don't know, but we're not going to knock Matthew because that's one way to get out of us motherfucking you is super chats. If you send the super chats, you end the motherfuckery in a minute. But no, I'm picking. But no, that's just who I would like. So there you go. Anyway, but no, I want to do that this season, and I want to talk, and hold people accountable for dumb shit when it comes to like so.
Right. Wanted to state too. People were looking for some of the Bush Light apple for me. I appreciate that in different parts of the state. Of course, it doesn't help me any that I'm in a Facebook group, Bush Light Apple 2025, the return. And some lady sent a picture of apple palette. Who's let the air out of their tires? The hell is that noise? Half a pallet in Franklin, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
What
So
was that? Was that somebody just let air out of a tire on
I don't
air?
know. Something with StreamYard there. I don't know.
Anyway, half a pallet in Franklin, Pennsylvania, which must be near Pittsburgh. But hey, hopefully, hopefully, I can
Hmm.
find it. Billy said his cousin went to his AA meeting the other night in Cleveland and no one knew of Bush Apple Light. Well, I would hope not at the AA meeting, Billy. They don't need to know about it.
All right. Anyway, I want to do that this season. We should hold people more accountable when they say dumb shit. So there you go. All right, let's go. I'm gonna put the link out here. If you want to join the program, please have at it. I posted on the Rob and Kale Facebook page. Phil Steele's top 100 teams or whatever. South Carolina's ranked at 27, and I know some Gamecock fans are like, "What the hell with all that?" But
Well, he's
that's
got the ranked 27th. He's got a pick to finish 11th in the SEC. Uh, but then he's got like two teams tied for sixth and three teams tied for eight. I don't know. It's kind of worrisome though because he was right on the money last year. Hit two of his sets of power rankings had him going 9-3, and damn if one of those two sets didn't hit the nail on the head. So
I was reading something, Jackpot. I wanted
who
to.
knows? He ain't right all the time, but once again, I mean, he knows what he's talking about. He was on the. I listened to Morgan and JC this morning do their live recording of their podcast while I was JC and Morgan. Why'd I call it Morgan and JC? I knew that didn't sound right. When I was working, and
Yeah.
they had him on there.
Go ahead. What you got for the show, Octavian?
First off, Jackpot, I found those Bush Light apples for you down here in Tallahassee. So if you want to come on down here, there's a whole store full of them. They
I
still
wish
got them
I
in stock.
could. That's just too long of a road trip, though. I would
That,
drive if it was up to 4 hours away, but Tallahassee's just too far, man. I
that, that,
appreciate
that,
it.
the college students love that Bush apple stuff, man. They really do. So they got it's a whole sales station right here by FSU's football stadium. They got all the beer, the liquor that you want.
Check.
But anyway, that goddamn Shane Bieber make a fool out of himself, don't he?
What did he do?
Oh man, he just said yesterday or the day before that, whatever he said if you didn't like South Carolina, you're gonna really love us now. Like man, please man, nobody gave
Heck
South
yeah.
Carolina even a thought.
Oh no, he
That
knows everybody's. He's got them on their heels.
he got South Carolina might lose week one against Virginia Tech and fall off the cliff. They're
They
gonna be
might.
like
They might.
they
They
might
probably won't.
they probably
Well,
be like
look.
the mountain climbers.
Well, hold on. Look, Octavian, we're trying to put out things here that we think are going to happen, and we're not going to go off a cliff here. But I think South Carolina's what, a 10-point favorite in that game. But the team that needs that win the most is Virginia Tech. Shane Beamer can lose that game to them, and then go and start his SEC play, and it would hurt, but it wouldn't be like Shane Beamer's going to get fired if they go
It's
and lose
not a
to
death
Virginia Tech.
blow. I mean,
No,
well, Ohio
it's not.
State lost to them one year and then ended up winning a national championship. But
Yeah,
not saying we're going to enjoy that success, but
yeah.
After what I heard yesterday, I kind of think South Carolina might beat LSU. LSU has to be the goddamn clowns of the goddamn off season, man.
LSU has a ton of talent, sir. What makes you think that they're all clowns?
They soft as hell.
Okay.
Now I can honestly say South Carolina might beat LSU in Death Valley this year. They don't scare me at all. They don't scare me at all, not one bit. The Nussmeier dude is okay, but outside of that, like who do you have?
um,
I mean,
Got a
it's
really
hard.
good running back who was a freshman last year that ran for like 800 or 900 yards. They got a slew of transfer portal wide receivers that got a pretty good quarterback throwing the ball. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know, man. You know, what was it? Rocky
Like,
Sanders had 900 yards last season, and I've seen Gamecock fans in my Twitter feed today basically saying, "Fuck it, none of that matters. That doesn't matter. 900 yards, you can replace that, no fucking problem." That's why I'm laughing at a lot of you because
What's
a
that
lot of
kid's
you
name? Perkins. What's
are
Perkins? What's his first name?
come
Perkins.
on, Harold Perkins.
Harold Perkins is coming. Is back. People thought he was going to be the best defensive player in SEC possibly last year until he got hurt. He's back. I mean,
Yeah.
But the other what I'm saying is, man, LSU, they getting all this hype, and they might go 8-4. Seriously, they might go 8-4.
Brandon says Rashul Faison had 1,200 yards rushing last year at Utah State and is currently not eligible to play. Thank you
Who who
again.
who
from what we're
is this
hearing
running
in the
back they
next
talking about?
couple of John Whittle over at the BigSpur.com has called his shot that he's getting ruled eligible within the next 2 days.
Well, good. And I hope that that happens for the young man. But as of right now, we
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
mean it should. I mean it's not fair. They've been
It's not
stringing
fair
him
at all.
along since January when like if they were going to rule him ineligible, they could have told him in April he wasn't eligible so he could go on with his life. You know,
Damn
they've
right.
got him enrolling in school and everything else. So yeah.
But as of right now, he's not. So I look at from what you have. Now, he may end up being the guy. It's not that far fetched. I mean, but as of right now, he's not even, if the Gamecocks were playing Virginia Tech today, he couldn't play.
You know.
All right.
So there you go.
I thought South Carolina was going to be a goddamn air rated team because they ain't got no running back. But hey, that
They
might
don't
be
have
some
any
good
wide
news for them.
receivers. They don't have the wide receivers to be an air raid team, man.
Well, we got
They
plenty of
can't.
wide
All
receivers.
this stuff with Nick Harbor, but
You're right. There might be a wishbone team just run the ball every goddamn time.
they would love to do that if they knew that they couldn't get Sellers hurt. But
I worked
that's
for Nebraska in 1995. That's who Lenore Sellers reminds me of. Tommy Frazier.
he's bigger than Frazier though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Frazier was faster than
Frazier
him.
Frazier was 5'11". I mean,
Yeah,
Sellers is a big
he was
fucker, dude.
faster than him. Right,
I
that's
hope.
a bad comparison.
And why I got y'all attention? I hope all y'all watched today. Did y'all see Billy Napier tell the nation to spot the damn ball? Y'all spot the damn
Yeah,
ball.
I
You
did.
spot the
And
I don't
ball.
normally
You
listen to
got
Billy
to play the
Napier.
gimmicks.
hold on, Octavian. I was actually watching some of that live, and when I looked over for a second, I forgot that I had over on the SEC Media Day stuff. I thought it was somebody talking about, oh, I don't know, arresting people. It sounded like a goddamn cop convention, and some guy just running his mouth. Hey, we should spot the ball, but I mean, I might have heard. You know what? We managed to apprehend this suspect. He looks like a fucking diseased highway patrolman. What in the fuck has happened to Florida? That's the guy that's your
We're
head
gonna
coach.
spot the ball. Y'all gonna respect us. Y'all got to play the
I'm not
Florida Gators.
respecting until
You
you win
got to.
something. Fuck off.
You
I'm not
got.
respecting shit.
You
How about
got
that?
they have
Until
to play
you
the
win
Florida Gators.
something,
The teams on our schedule have to
win
play
something,
us.
you ain't
We
shit.
are the
By the
Florida
way, your
fucking
quarterback
Gators.
talking about they got to play the Florida game. Man, fuck you, dude. You hadn't won shit
Yeah,
either.
they got to play the. That's right. They got to
But
play the Florida
he
Gators.
hasn't won anything, sir. He
Those
hasn't won anything.
Tennessee fans, those Georgia fans, those LSU fans talking all that shit. I can't. I can't wait till we
All right,
spot the ball against
I,
LSU.
all right, Octavian. I got to move on. I got more folks here. All right, but appreciate you,
All
buddy.
right, go Gators.
Thank
Fuck
you.
South Carolina and fuck Georgia.
All right, bye. Stubby, what's up, buddy?
All right, couple things. Initially, Octavian, fuck you. Secondly, Carolina Jackpot found you some Bush Light. Went on. I'm not sure if you know about this. It's called Bush Product Locator. Got some
Uh-huh.
at the Harris Teeter on Augusta Road in Greenville. You can put your zip code in it. I just did 29601. If you throw your zip code into it, it'll show you where it's available. Uh,
Okay.
so that's what I
I
would
might be
do.
I might be near that area tomorrow. I might have to check that out. Thank you.
Well, you live in Greenville, correct?
I live in Simpsonville,
Oh,
but I
Simpsonville.
work in Travelers Rest, Easley, Pickens, all
Just
over
throw
that.
your whatever your zip code is, throw it in there, and you can find it. Whatever store is it's at nearest to you.
When
Rob.
it came out back out in like May, I hadn't seen it since 2021,
Yeah,
and I was working the Walmart and Travelers Rest, and there was like a half a pallet. Well, not half a pallet, it was probably 4 layers high on a pallet in the back room one day. I'm like, holy crap!
yeah.
And for whatever reason, I didn't buy any of it from there. I should have bought every one of those. If I'd have known what I know now, I would have bought every one of them.
I paid like $27 for a 12 pack about 2 months ago. It was ridiculous.
What? No,
They were robbing the college kids. Anyway, speaking of robbing, Rob, you just said we didn't have any receivers. Are you aware we just signed 4 4 stars?
That's
Four
great. Are they
four star
playing
true
this year?
freshmen. Did
Are they
you?
playing
Yes,
this year?
yes. Number one, they are. And
Good.
did you not just
All
have
right.
two
Well,
true
first of
freshman
all,
receivers in
of
TJ
those
Moore
four
and
stars,
Wesco play?
wait a minute, how many of them have actually played in college and we know that they're going to be impactful?
Did you not just have TJ Moore and Wesco have great seasons as true freshmen?
Did you hear me coming on the program saying our receiving core is built on those two guys?
It's not. That's our
It's not.
depth. That's our depth.
I don't know. You can talk about Mazio Bennett. I might sit here and listen
Four
to a little
star.
bit of that.
Four
But
star. Decent player.
in the end, we're supposed to have Nick Harper supposed to be the reinventing of time.
I
He's
didn't say
going
that.
into his
I didn't
third
say that.
season.
I didn't say that. I
I
would
know you
say,
didn't say
if
that.
you're looking at it objectively, you could
Sure.
say he was a disappointment through his first two. I would say, well, I guess he's about to be a junior, so 1.5 years. But his last 4 games, you could see the development. I mean, versus Illinois,
After that touchdown catch at Alabama, after that, I mean, he really started looking a lot better.
honestly, his best game was against Illinois. If you actually watch that game, obviously it was disappointing, but I mean, he had probably at least 6 receptions, and he was running routes very well. He had a couple really nice hands catches where he didn't look like a newborn deer
Yeah,
running around.
he had 4 receptions for 61 yards in that game because I remember listening to somebody talking shit about it the other day. They said, "What did he do in the bowl game? 4 receptions for 61
I
yards."
mean,
I'm like, "Well, that's 15 yards a catch." I mean,
and you got to understand, we did not get him the ball really at all. I mean, most of our deficiencies in our passing game last year were strictly a targets thing. We didn't throw the ball that much, especially not.
I like the play they ran with him on that kickoff return in that game. Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
Brett Bielema and them they cried enough about it to get the
I
rule
mean
change.
that whole thing. I just wish we had won that game. It would make me feel a lot better about it. I hate all that emotion coming out, and we didn't finish the game. That made it worse, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like that Ole Miss game. All
Yeah,
all the emotion, all that hype around the Juice Wells
yeah.
thing, and you just go out there and lay an egg.
Look, I'm not the only one who's saying things like this. The head writer for Saturdays Down South, Mr. O'Gara, said, quote, he said, Sellers is a game-changing quarterback. They did nothing to help him in the offseason. He doesn't have any receivers, is basically what he said.
No, I
He's a
know. I've
fucking
definitely heard a lot
moron.
of people
Okay,
saying that.
first of all, the guy quit track so he could devote all his time to
Yeah.
football. He's been working out. They rehabbed Mazio Bennett and Jared Brown. Both those guys were banged up last year. They brought in some
Look,
freshmen. They've got. I mean, what they did nothing. Did nothing to help him. Fuck does this guy know?
I
I'm
mean,
just
I'm not
telling
going
you
to
what I'm
say that
going to
Fucking clown.
I'm not going to say that Nick Harbour is going to be the second coming of Randy Moss, but I think you can legitimately expect a 600-yard or more receiving season from him. If it wasn't that, I would be saying exactly what you're saying, Rob. If he doesn't have 700 receiving yards, I'm going to
say.
be honestly disappointed in him.
Well, and I think Gamecock fans should be disappointed in him because of the talent that he is. It
Yeah,
is definitely,
no question.
definitely hasn't been what he was supposed to be. That's why it's hard for me to sit here and say, "Oh wow, this receiving room is a strength." When that's the first guy that you talk about.
Well,
If you came to me with Mazio Bennett, I would be like, "All right, maybe." But if you're telling me that Nick Harbour is your best, then I'm
I
telling
wouldn't
you
say
your
he's our
receiving room
best.
sucks.
I wouldn't
If
say he's
that's
our
your best.
best. I personally
I
think
think
Malik
it
Clark.
took him a while to
I
get
think Malik
good.
Clark's got a chance to be like a generational talent wide receiver. He is damn
And
good.
and he might, but we don't know that yet.
No, no,
As
no.
far
I
as
know, I know.
returning production,
I'm just saying that.
and I appreciate you taking me to task on stuff, but I'm just saying As
I
far
think
as returning production, I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
I
Most
think
people,
Brian
no.
Rowe's going to be a good one too.
yeah. Well, we'll see on that one. But
I
yeah,
think
good
another
stuff.
thing to think about is Michael Smith too. Like the
Yeah.
coaching staff. I have a buddy who he's in the program and he gives me little tidbits sometimes, but the coaching staff is so high. He's a freak apparently. He's just a freak athlete. I mean, and he played well last year. He didn't get a ton of snaps over Josh Simon, but I mean,
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate you joining us, man.
all right, y'all have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. All right, let's bring we got to bring in
Daniel's
Daniel.
here.
Mhm.
What's up, guys?
What's up, bud?
Not much. Congratulations on the pickup today, jackpot. Kamari Blair. I think he'll be a good one for y'all.
Oh, you know
Yep.
what? You're being very good because I thought you were going to come on. Like we backed off him. That's why he went to South
It's about
Carolina.
time. Well, I don't know why they would have backed off of him. He's
No,
got the same average rating as that guy they picked up
so
Friday.
I have a little inside information. So his head coach, Chad Watson, was also my coach in high school. Um, just at different schools. His head coach is from where I'm from. We went to the same high school. He was my assistant coach, but I've been messaging him the past few weeks, asking about him, and he's a Coach Watson's a big Tennessee guy, so he was
Hey,
hoping
let me
he would
address
come to.
this really quick.
Go ahead.
Lucas Ackerman is obviously his brain is fucking dead. Rob will never talk highly of us. He's a hater. I've said you've got the best
He
fucking
said he's a
quarterback in the
hater. He
conference.
didn't say a hater, but
No,
continue.
I've said you've got the best fucking quarterback in the conference. I've said all kinds of nice stuff about your program.
He
I
did
don't
say
like
that.
your coach. I don't like your coach. But as far as you've got some good players, got some good players. I
He
like
said
him
he
and
would
Moore.
take. He said he would take Sellers over Cade.
Yeah, I would. Absolutely. Today. If you told me I could have Sellers or Cade, I would take Sellers because I think there's a higher ceiling with him. And I think he can throw the ball better than Klubnik does. But I think Klubnik's got a better selection around him. But you had other players. I liked Damon Moore until he quit like a bitch at the damn bowl game. I thought he was great. So don't give me that shit. When you
Yeah, it
guys
was
have good
disappointing.
players, I absolutely put them in the spotlight. So that's just nonsense. But anyway, go
Daniel,
ahead there.
tell us about the coach again.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying he was my coach, but anyways, I was messaging this the past few weeks, and he was, he's a Tennessee guy. The coach is. He's his nephew went to Tennessee, and he's always been a Tennessee guy. But he said that South Carolina was on him hard from the get go, and he also said so after JT Shabazz committed to Tennessee, South Carolina really went in hard on Blair. I don't know the any terms of any NIL deal, but I know that it was he got that South Carolina had definitely offered him the best NIL, but he was already, I think, kind of leaning that way, so that kind of just um, sealed the deal, really.
Now what? Now where did you go to school? Where was this? Where did you play ball at?
So I played in it's called Macon County. Now Kirkwood is where Kamari Blair come from. That's in Clarksville, which is about 2 hours away. But
Where's Macon County?
it's almost in Kentucky. We're right close to Bowling Green, Kentucky. Close. I'm about an hour north of Nashville and an hour south of Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Oh wow, you're way up there.
Yeah.
You're yeah. What's that? Is it? Yeah, okay. What's it like up there? I mean, is there a lot of people up there? Is it a busy area, or is it kind of out in the country?
Yeah, I live out in the country. We're pretty far out in the country up here.
You live anywhere near Hendersonville, Tennessee?
Yeah, so I'm about 40 minutes from Hendersonville.
That's I believe that's where one double J Jeff Jarrett's mansion is.
Yep. Yeah, I know you went through Mount Juliet before staying in Mount Juliet. I'm about 35 minutes from Mount Juliet.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a good get. He's a good player, so. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Y'all have a good show.
Yes,
Appreciate you,
sir.
buddy. There you go. Daniel joining the program. Octavian's come back. Do you want to talk to Octavian again? Or just let it go?
Let's read some comments here.
All right,
Uh,
some comments. Go ahead.
Billy Cole said the difference between a Baptist and a A Methodist was the Methodist would talk to you in the liquor store.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. Anyway, um, yeah, man, I'm just ready for I can agree with a lot of folks on this. I'm ready for the games to get here. So
Yeah, I am too. Wings, etc. in Boiling Springs has your apple beer.
yeah,
They sell
I'm gonna
beer
go.
there like they sell it by the cases and 12 packs and stuff.
Hmm. I'm gonna go and get me a 12 pack of this stuff from somewhere, and we're gonna drink some of it on Sunday night just to be
Well,
funny.
yeah, if you can find it, good luck to you. It's a limited edition thing to begin
It
with, and
says it's at this quick stop 5 miles from my house.
a lot of gluttony in the deal with that too. I mean, people buying the whole half a pallet and shit like that. Um,
Yep.
Wings, etc. Huh,
Right. Yep.
interesting. In Boiling Springs, that's a little far from here right now, and I'm sure that's closed. But dang it.
Yep. Well, anyway, I don't know. I'm ready for the games to get started. I really am.
Yeah, I am. Lucas said he updates on the running back situation. All I know is I got something sent to me from Instagram that old John Whittle called that they were going to make some kind of decision or that he expects him to get cleared in the next couple of days. So
Yeah.
they're usually pretty accurate on that stuff. They wouldn't put that out there if they didn't have some kind of information. So I don't understand all that, Rob. Like the optics of that, I don't really understand how that works. Like, what do they do? Do they send Shane Beamer? Does he get an email in his inbox? I mean, does the email come to the athletic director? Does it come to the
No,
shoot?
are you talking about the Phazon thing?
Yeah? Do they call Shane Beamer?
Oh
How's this
no,
going?
it'll go to the compliance office. Is who it'll
Oh,
go to first to let him know that he is eligible to play. That's probably where it'll go first, and then it will. Obviously, Beamer will know immediately, but it's not like they're going to call Shane Beamer. They'll probably. It used to be in the old days they'd send a fax, but I don't think they do it that way anymore.
yeah,
It's probably
I
just
don't think that. I don't think that Shane's got a fax machine in the office anymore. Remember what Jim Cornette when Tim Horner stole his fax machine, and then he cussed him out in that long 26-minute long diatribe. It's like, you stole my ring truck, you stole 4 years of employment to me, you stole my goddamn fax machine.
yeah. Lawnmower Man says, Rob, what's your take on Clemson's running back room? I think the freshman will be the man by week 5. Look, here's the thing about that, okay? I don't know any of these guys. I mean, Adam Randall's supposedly taking some snaps at running back. So, I feel the same way about the Clemson running back room as I do the South Carolina running back room. There are people in there that are supposed to be talented, but all of them are unproven. So it's hard for me to sit here and you know and figure that out. But if they don't have a running back like that's ready to go, and they don't figure it out until week 5, Clemson will have 2 losses by then. So,
Yeah,
it's just the way that it is.
I understand Marquise Henderson won't be playing.
Yeah. Dabo blew that off. Just didn't work out. We have a standard. Didn't work out. Did you hear that? That's what he said. We have
Yeah,
a
why?
standard.
Yeah,
Didn't work out.
well, he's not going to come out and tell me.
Yeah.
That was fucking crazy. So his teammates were holding him accountable because he wasn't coming and doing his workouts. So he said he's going to get his boys to come dust him. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Kind of people? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get that.
I don't get it either. Peckerhead says
Like,
calling in
grow up,
and
you fucking dumbass.
the state Clemson equals little bro. Well, thank you for the super chat, sir. There you go.
Lawnmower Man says he's already been kicked out of Liberty High School.
No, like Liberty. That's where he committed to again.
They
It was
kicked him out.
I didn't hear that, but hey, imagine this:
How the hell do you get kicked out in the summer? I mean, what the fuck? God.
Think about this: you get kicked out of Clemson's program, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to go play for Liberty. Do people know who started Liberty? I mean, it is the like religious, ultra religious school. So you're going to go play football there and think that you could be like this gang banging guy. That's where
Yeah,
you're
it
going to.
doesn't make yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess he thought since Hugh Freeze, was texting whores and setting his recruits up with
Yeah.
prostitutes and everything else that he went there to get rehabilitated. Maybe he'd go there and get him some of that.
Hold on just a second, honey. He went to Liberty and got kicked out of there too, like within 2 weeks. So that's why we're. She said he was trying to get his life together. No, he got kicked out of 2 schools in 3 weeks. He's gonna be playing for fucking some damn semi pro team here lately. It's what's gonna happen to this guy.
Funny story about Liberty. Jerry Falwell was the guy who,
Started it, yeah.
yeah, he'd gotten busted back in the late '80s because he was cheating on his wife, and he was, a very lowbrow individual and everything. And this is around the time you remember that Jim Baker at PTL in Charlotte, Tammy Faye Baker's husband that went to
Yeah,
jail. Remember how he got busted with that secretary, the Jessica Hahn lady,
yeah.
and yeah, they were. He was fucking her, and like somehow or another, he was. They were conspiring together to take the whole damn operation down and everything. Anyway, the other guy, Jerry Falwell, they did a photo shoot in some dirty magazine of that lady that he was having the affair with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was either I think it may have been Penthouse or something. Anyway, I was in like seventh grade maybe or whatever. Me and my friend had gotten a copy of it or from somewhere. Like I don't know if somebody's brother had it. I don't know where we got it, but I remember looking at this magazine, this picture, this woman, and she was in a car, and this is where the photo shoot was, and she didn't have on any drawers, and this woman had the hairiest pussy I've ever seen in my life.
How did the program get from this kid got kicked out of Clemson to jackpot with that statement? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you, this woman was very very natural.
Big Barney Ross with a super chat. Jordan Dingle will break a school record at South Carolina. Thank you, sir. Jarrett, welcome to the program.
What's going
What's up?
What's
on?
up,
Kirby, he
Top,
won't break
top
for
what
anybody.
Jackpot just said. Top what Jackpot just said, sir.
He said, Dan.
Yeah.
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 Anyway, I think y'all should have a trivia college football questionnaire on some of your shows. I think that would be cool for the show. I think it would help it out. I just talked to Jackpot about it a couple of minutes ago.
Mm.
Yeah, he sent me a
Okay.
message. That would be fun. See if we got anybody on here that could
Well,
obliterate somebody.
it would be cool if we could get them to not cheat. If it's just the comment section, they'll be googling the hell out of it to cheat. But if they came on and they were one of these squares of disappointment that we sit in, and then we could see their hands and they're not looking at stuff, then that might be worthwhile. We should do that before the season starts, Jackpot, and then give the winner entry into the contest.
There you go.
There you
Matthew says Auburn wide receiver Malcolm Simmons arrested for domestic violence. That's a shame.
Yeah, that's bad.
go.
I don't even know who he is. I saw that not Tennessee, Texas A&M running back Le'Veon Moss. That's the one that got hurt against us last year. It was having he was going to have like a 1,300 yard year if he hadn't gotten hurt against us in that game. He got arrested for it the other night too. Well, that wasn't domestic violence. It was just disorderly conduct, but still.
Yeah, I saw that one with Texas A&M. The running back got arrested. I don't know if it's federal or if it's state level charges. I don't know.
Jackpot, can you read that comment there from Lawnmower Man?
I had a hairy one time. I went down on it, and a covey of quail flew out. You need a hunting license to hit that. Yeah, you stole that from Larry the Cable Guy, but that was
Exactly.
still a funny bit. He shot. I pulled my shotgun out.
You know, he's not really country. He's actually a regular
From
white
Nebraska.
person. He's not country.
Yeah, he's from Nebraska or somewhere like that. He did. That's the fake voice. Yeah, I've heard how he
Yeah,
talks normally, and it's nothing like that. It's weird.
yeah, that's crazy. Some people don't even know that. But
Well, unfortunately, you and I have the knowledge that they
yeah,
don't.
yes. But as for South Carolina, I
That
don't
makes it
know.
dangerous, you know.
Yeah, so South Carolina, it's. I'm curious what they're going to do, especially with the defense kind of taking a step back. I mean, I would expect Lenore Sellers to be
How do
better.
you know it's taken a step back? We haven't played any games yet.
Well, you lost a lot of stuff on defense, right?
Lost a lot of stuff.
A lot of players.
Yeah, but I mean, how do we know the ones that behind them aren't any good? They may be.
Do you know any of the players that got any snaps? Like,
Yeah, they've had some snaps.
okay.
Deep. They're gonna be good in the secondary. Up front might be a little bit of a challenge. Start. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, you're about like me with Georgia. You don't know what they're going to look like on the offense with that fucking the offensive line. Just oh no, and then you have to worry about
I
the
just hope
guy.
they get. I'm just hoping that they can build on what they did last year. Last year was the first time in fucking years that I could legitimately say South Carolina can stop the run. I mean, not all the time, of course, but not every game. But they stopped the run more often than they didn't. And I've been sitting here ever since 2013 watching defenses year after year after year after year. Even when we had a coach like Will Muschamp, who's supposed to be a brilliant defensive mind year after year, and then we got Beamer year after year with that, get gashed up the middle.
Yeah,
Gashed. Holes you could drive a short bus through.
All right,
And
we gotta bring on Peckerhead, and then we're gonna
shitty tackling and everything else.
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
That's
no, the reason you stopped the run is because you finally had SEC caliber linebackers. That's why you stopped the run.
Did you hear Beamer talking about Demetrius Knight and he had been at Charlotte the year before he came to Carolina with old Biff Poggi. The year before that, he was with Georgia Tech for 2 years, I think, before that. And he said a coach from another school called and asked him, "What are you doing picking him up? He can't play for you." I wonder who that was.
I don't know.
You think that may have been Rec Talk's buddy, Jeff Collins?
Wouldn't surprise me. Jeff Collins is silly. I mean, he probably hit him
I
with
mean,
this line.
crazy.
That guy's got that guy. If you were the coach, Jackpot, he would have said to you, that guy's got more kids than you do, and he's not even 25 yet.
Well,
So I can
Pigskin
hear.
Pete was saying today that where I was trying to find it was where
Thank you, Jared.
Lane Kiffin had made the smart ass remark during media days that another SEC coach told him that they wished they could, when he was talking about strength of schedule, they could play Clemson every game instead of having to play all those SEC games.
Yeah.
And he said another coach told him that, and Pete just kind of figured it was Beamer that said it, not Kirby, because they played both of them last year. I don't think Shane Beamer talks to Lane Kiffin, and I don't think Shane Beamer would say that. So I think he made that up.
Well, Shane Beamer is always the guy also saying not that we have to play a tough schedule, that we get to play a tough schedule. So that would kind of fly in the face of everything he said.
I could stand on the idea of not every SEC schedule is as tough
He's
as
not, and he did have a good point yesterday when he he's gotten a little better with the interviews, but he still makes some snide remarks. Did you catch the one yesterday when the one reporter she asked him about whatnot? I bet. Did you want to go to a 9-game schedule? And he said, "Well, the thing about it is," he said, "we play a really tough non-conference game every year in Clemson." He said, "We get the opportunity to play Clemson every year." He said, "So we basically played 9 conference games already." And he just pretty much made the comment that he wouldn't mind going to 9 conference schedule, but with that out of conference game, he said if we're committed to playing a tough Power 5 opponent, that everyone else in our conference holds themselves to that standard. Looking at you, Kentucky.
Well,
to be fair, not everybody in the conference can do that. Who the fuck is
No,
Vanderbilt?
and I mean, like the other ones can schedule a non-conference Power 5 team, but they don't all have as their rival a team that's year in year out pretty much up there.
Let's think about that though. Missouri would play Kansas. Who would
Yeah,
Tennessee
but
play?
Kansas is inferior to Clemson, so you know what I'm
No,
saying.
I'm just saying if it was a Power 5 team, in theory, I'm trying to figure out who.
Give me all of the SEC, and I'm going to rattle off who everybody would play.
That's what I'm saying. Missouri would get Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
How about Tennessee? Who would they play out of conference?
Virginia Tech. Regional.
Right. Regional fair. Vanderbilt.
Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia.
You know who they should play?
Or Chattanooga.
Duke. No, they should play Duke. Battle of the Smart.
Battle of the Brains.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Battle of the Brains. I wouldn't mind that.
That's not too far.
I want to see some Vandy versus NC State action.
The trophy can be a TI 84.
Very good. That's the one game my wife would watch. She would watch the smart kids play.
That's what I'm saying. A big old golden TI 84 as your trophy. And,
everybody comes out running with their big sign instead of saying, stomp whatever, is everyone on this team scored 1,200 on the SAT.
Keep doing this. It's fun.
I wanted to mention this while y'all were talking about scheduling. One of the
Peckerhead, can we finish this, sir? I'm not trying to cut you off.
Well, it's directly tied in. But yeah, go ahead. Just don't let me forget.
We'll run team by team. I promise we'll give you that time. Thank you. So we have Vanderbilt, Tennessee we picked. Georgia's got Georgia Tech. Ole Miss, what Power 5 team they got?
That's a tough one.
Oklahoma State.
Okay.
Oklahoma State.
Auburn.
Give me some Texas Tech action.
Well, I want to throw in for Vandy, Memphis, by the way.
It's not a Power 5
They're not Power 4.
Memphis, that's incorrect. Low ball.
All right, but that's fair though. All right, so Jackpot goes Texas Tech. All right. Maybe I can halfway buy that. Who does Alabama get?
They have to get somebody tough. Give me Alabama versus I mean, I like the Florida State thing, but Florida State already plays Florida. They're not. They got a crappy year. Where they sit at regionally, it's just kind of hard, isn't it?
Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska.
Yeah, that could work.
Maybe somebody out west. Yeah.
Penn State, maybe. I mean, it's a little bit of a travel, but.
All right, moving on from Alabama, we've Florida gets Miami and Florida State, one or the other.
Yeah, they're spoken for.
Where else did we go here? So, who would Texas get? Texas would have to get TCU, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Or SMU.
Yeah.
Well, Oklahoma should be Oklahoma State, right? That should be.
Yeah, that would make more sense than what I said, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What about Ole Miss and UNC?
Yeah, I guess I could see that. That actually makes a lot more sense there, Jackpot.
What about Kentucky? Since we know we can't say Indiana because they bitch out a Power 4 game. What about Kentucky versus Illinois?
That would be good, but it should be Kentucky and Ohio State.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but I mean they get Louisville, so that's
yeah,
there.
that's true.
Right now. But,
So that was taking.
let's see, what other SEC teams are we missing here, Jackpot?
Brandon Coon says Ole Miss and Kansas State.
LSU is
Yeah.
probably going to be what?
LSU and Kansas State, I could see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tulane's going to move up. I'd go Tulane, even though they don't.
What about LSU and Baylor?
LSU and Baylor. Texas would be a good one for Baylor too.
Kentucky and West Virginia. I've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Hillbilly versus hillbilly. I like it.
The battle of the teeth.
The tooth.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell. I guess Arkansas.
Oh God!
Fuck it. Give them Kansas. Give them Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, who does Arkansas get? That's a good question.
Well, Louisiana Tech's about to join the Sun Belt.
It's not a power.
Four.
I know. But did y'all hear that?
Yeah.
They'll be joining the Sun Belt. They're paying. It's like a $5 million buyout. I think they can join as soon as next year.
So if we go
ACC Conference USA.
That's what they're trying to do. I mean, they got App State. You got what you got? You got Coastal in there. I mean, there's a couple decent little programs.
Coastal, App State, South Alabama, Georgia Southern, Texas State. Yeah.
So
they'll make a decent addition.
James Madison.
So in the ACC, some teams there you could do, like North Carolina. I'm trying to think.
What about some North Carolina versus West Virginia?
That would be good, I guess. You could definitely do that. But then you could have
they
like
played in a bowl game a few years ago, didn't they? West Virginia beat that ass.
Yeah. I don't know who. Well, you had Duke playing Vanderbilt, so we'll stick with that one. NC State.
I mean,
Florida State.
Give them Maryland. Give them Maryland.
Rekindle the old SEC ACC rivalry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it, man.
But
anyway, that was fun. Go ahead and get your piece out there. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I wanted to make
sure you're good. I think y'all might have already mentioned it based off of what Kale just said. But speaking of just taffy ass schedules, Indiana, the news out of Indiana is inexcusable. The same guy who wants you to believe who you play doesn't matter, who you play doesn't matter. Only look at the wins. Don't look at the teams we played. Is out here buying out fucking, who was it? Virginia?
No, it was Virginia.
Virginia buying them out to go play fucking Kennesaw State, and this is the guy leading the argument of who you play doesn't matter.
Supposedly it was so they could have 2 home games and they wouldn't have to do a home and home. I mean, really?
Well, but to be fair, this is gonna get interesting over time because, like Sacramento State, like you were talking about, they're going to end up on a lot of people's schedule before long. And I think the way they're going to build the Sacramento State program, Dad loves you, son. The way they're going to build that
really, you were just talking shit about him a while ago.
Shit about the boy. But no, I think Sacramento State, the way they're going to build stuff is that they're going to go and play all these big teams, and they're going to recruit because they have the money like you were talking about, and they're going to have a schedule that's going to be a murderer's row, but they're going to be able to tell people, yeah, we get Alabama, we get XYZ. And a lot of that's going to happen, and it's going to be interesting because I'm normally Peckerhead's full of shit, but this Sacramento State thing is going to get interesting because they got a shit ton of money, and when you have money, you can do things.
They got casino money, they got tax money. They are coming. But you know, in Gamecock news, I wanted to mention this as well. According to On3, which granted, you know, different rating website, Zion Gillis ranked. He got upgraded to the #1 player in his position at tackle, according to On3. As I don't know what he did to get the upgrade, but damn it, I'm happy about it. O-line's been a position we've struggled with for years. I mentioned this to Kale.
Here's the thing about that. That's Zion Giles. He's from Carver's Bay High School in somewhere, South Carver's Bay, South Kakalaki, I guess, wherever that is. But dude, these recruits, it's nice. I love it, but this shit's got to start translating to them Saturdays. You know,
That's
this
true. That's what I was because
they last year the Rocket Sanders and Lenora Sellers, I think, made that offensive line look better than what it was. They gave up 41 sacks still.
Mm-hmm,
And that was with giving up 0 against Mizzou and Vanderbilt.
mm-hmm.
You
I
know,
read something. I think we were.
Oklahoma gave up 50. If it hadn't been for Mizzou and Vanderbilt, if they'd have played in those games like they had been in some of those other ones, they'd have been right there with Oklahoma. I
I
mean,
think we might have been one of the worst teams. I don't know if it was the worst, but we were definitely one of the worst teams I read in the country as far as sellers getting pressured.
well,
Uh,
that right tackle, that Kason Henry, he
yeah,
got his ass whooped a lot of times.
There
yeah,
was one point during
And
the
he's
season
playing.
where there
He's
was
starting again this year, and they're talking about, oh, well, him and such is combined to play. God knows how many snaps. Okay, well, he played a shit ton of snaps. Well, I mean, if he was getting beat off the damn ball and getting his ass beat every fucking snap, I
yeah.
mean, is how. I mean, what does that mean? You know,
couple of things there. First of all, Billy says I
damn
should let Jaden come
turnstile.
on and talk to the fans. Um, I might bring Jaden to the live show, have the wife bring him in for a minute for the live show. Jaden's a trip. Let's just leave it at that. The other thing too is that I made this. I thought about this the other day, and I actually wanted to save this piece for the two of you here. South Carolina football and Clemson basketball have a lot in common. All right, now South Carolina football has the capability of being in the top 15 in recruiting. They've done it. Clemson basketball has never done that, but Clemson has taken the idea of we're going to take your guys that were at somewhere else and bring them here and implement a system into them and make it work. And it has worked for them. I think South Carolina is kind of the same way. I mean, look where the recruiting is now. I don't know if you're going to make it into the top 15, and I'm not trolling here, but you guys are doing a good job of finding these diamonds and shining them up and getting them to be what Knight ended up being, where one coach was saying that guy can't fucking play for you, to a second round draft pick in the NFL. There's definitely a I can see both of it where it's like that's kind of the vision of both. It's using the portal to build your team.
Well, and that's what I kind of wanted to mention as well, because I know we have been missing out, especially this past couple weeks, on some recruits, and I've really been trying to consider why that is. And in my personal opinion, this is what I've come to, and it's pretty much what you said. South Carolina, in my opinion, they're not going to go out and get in recruiting battles with wide receivers or DBs. Those are the positions we missed out at. Those are the positions he's been decent at plug and playing, especially DB. I mean, he's developing 3-stars consistently to be, fourth, third, second round picks. But what I've seen is what I believe is happening is because let's just be honest, the NIL ain't unlimited at South Carolina. It ain't unlimited at Clemson either. We're not Texas. I think what he's doing is, and I sent this to Kale, I think we're stacking up money and we're going all in on Darius Gray. First and foremost, I think. Because
It doesn't, and don't you think though that here's the problem with that? If you let's say you've missed on your guys that you were trying to recruit from high school.
Yeah.
If you miss on these transport portal players, though, I mean, you're going to end up having some fucking holes in that roster. I mean, you've got to fill them in, which is why I kind of like the movie made, getting the kid from Colorado, just because you didn't know what was going to go on with Faison. You know what I'm saying? At least you have another body there. So I kind of respect that.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I
I
mean, just humor me for this, all right? Sure. When's the let's just go down a list of how many people you think are worth their NIL coming out of high school, because about the only names I can think of are Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams, probably Dylan Stewart, your upper echelon players, right?
That guy from Texas.
Sure, yeah, they're there, don't get me wrong, they're there, but they're few and far between, right?
Well, I think if you're a starting quarterback in a Power 4 conference, you're worth your NIL money. But
I
go ahead.
know, but I'm saying position wide. These guys coming out, they're highly getting paid, getting paid. How many of them outside of your upper echelon are you saying they deserve that money? But then you look at the portal and the guys getting paid, the majority of them deserve their fucking money. I mean, these are guys who don't come out and shit the bed. I haven't really seen too many stories of at South Carolina transfers just coming in and being terrible. I mean, they've done good at getting who they need to get, and I think if they're saving
There's
money
also
to get,
you
because
can
I think Darius Gray is important because that's a position that Beamer hasn't developed well. So going out spending big on a surefire guy at O line makes sense. But in
Um,
terms of getting in recruiting battles with NIL on like 4-star wide receivers or 4-star cornerbacks, positions that Beamer's been able to develop and recruit in state or even go out and get some players from the transfer portal, I just
Rob,
don't think it
I
makes
was
sense.
asking the other day, why do you not see more of coaches letting the fan base know, hey, we're deficient right now in NIL. If whatever you guys can do to help us out, we sure would appreciate it. Do they like get themselves like in a position of where they, like are in the light of like they're trying to
I think
extort
that
money from their fans if they do that?
well, in theory, yes, but I also know. I mean, if you look at and we'll use South Carolina as an example because it's what we have here in Columbia.
Come on in, Greg.
Um, these coaches have several different meetings, several different dinners and stuff like that. They call it the rubber chicken circuit, where they go out and they can, and ask for NIL money and stuff like that. But, um, I wonder if, let's just say that let's say you're Brad Brownell and you don't have a point guard, but you've got, two good shooting guards, a couple of forwards. You could have a goddamn good team if you had a point guard, but you just haven't been able to get one.
So lay
You
down,
know,
Bill.
maybe 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 it's this way with a lot of coaches. Hey, I'm going to go and talk to ex big Clemson donor who I know loves some hoops in the damn after football season and tell him like, look, we could contend for the conference. We had a point guard. We need this. Can you give us a check? I wonder if that shit happens. I mean, I bet it does.
Man.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, I heard last night on the Uncle
Is it?
Lou call-in show, someone was talking about NIL,
Come here.
and they said that that Brian Kelly, like he contributed to his own NIL. Is
Yeah,
that true?
yeah. Some coaches do that where they'll take a piece of their money
Go lay down.
and like
Ronald. Go
their
lay down.
bonuses. I've heard about bonuses too, where it's like, you got a $200,000 bonus for going to the conference championship game or whatever. Where coaches have taken that bonus and dumped it into their NIL fund, you know. And I don't like. I
Like
understand taxes
I
on
don't. Yeah, Lou was asking about that, and like, is that legal? And
Yeah,
I'm
well,
like, but I
I
don't know
mean,
why
you
it
can do
wouldn't be.
whatever you
Well, it
want,
should
right?
be.
I don't
Well,
know how the taxes work.
coaches
Well, you
and
know what's coming
players
next?
touch NIL. I mean, let me back up. First of all, alumnus money is not going to help the NIL that much. You got to have a conglomerate. You got to
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
a
you got to
big
have some of
conglomerate.
these rich people that own
And I can,
companies.
well, yeah, but that's not where most of the money. Tennessee's collective is Spire Sports
Yeah,
and Pilot Gas. And Spire Sports is a huge sports conglomerate worth billions that
When,
has their hands in a lot of things.
when were they
If
founded? In 1998?
I don't know, but you can't rely.
definitely.
Garnet Gold isn't going to buy you no players. And I can tell you one thing today: Beamer, South Carolina, did something. They paid for that kid today, and rightfully so. If you're going to get somebody, you can't look at people now on your roster like Andrew was saying. Well, he's worth this. If you can't go out to the high school and look at a kid in the eye, say, well, Bama's going to give you this. Well, we can give you that. If you can't do that, you're going to lose. You're
I
going to
think there's a
lose.
section of coaches that look at it and it's like, you know what? If I can wait and like get this kid as a sophomore after he's gone through his first year, gotten the homesickness
Exactly.
worked out of him, got him on a college muscle plan where he's had good nutrition and good coaching as far as weights and everything else. Why would you not want to go and spend money on that guy? That's what
Well, and
that
I
makes.
also want to mention, just because my name was brought up, I did kind of say the opposite of that, Billy. Not that you shouldn't pay these guys to win them, but that you should pay the guys who you think are going to be guaranteed athletes instead of getting into recruiting battles with people you feel you can maybe develop
I,
at a lower
I
rate.
hear what you're saying, but if Georgia and Alabama's and USC, and all those big schools, they're they're playing. I can top that.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying, Billy. That's exactly what I'm saying. I think if a player, let's just use let's say the number one player in the country, right? South Carolina wants him. Ohio State wants him. I think for a player like that, there isn't. I mean, South Carolina is not losing. They're going to be able to throw comparable money at him. It's just when you get down to having a class full of 20 people, we're not going to be able to throw the money at 20 people. But to go and get an important guy, I mean, South Carolina can match anyone in the
Well,
country.
it's all about those
Hold on.
collectives.
Let's welcome Uncle Lou to the show. He's graced us with his presence this evening. Welcome, Uncle Lou.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Been a while since I had a chance to come on. Thanks for putting me on. Billy, you need to leave Georgia out of your mouth when you start naming all the schools that are outbidding people. I've been telling y'all for years, Georgia is not a big boy in the NIL space, and y'all wanted to laugh just because Georgia recruits the top five every year. Georgia is not outbidding anybody for players. That's not happening. It doesn't happen. It's never happened. It's not going to happen. We don't have the money. We're not in the top 10 in terms of money spent on rosters. So this idea that, well, Georgia recruits good, therefore they're just buying players, it was never true. It's not true now. It's not true tomorrow. And by the way, you mentioned Alabama. They're not in the top 10 either. Believe it or not, there are still players out there that want to go to schools where they can get developed and become
Yeah.
lifelong millionaires in the NFL. And for
Well, you
those
got
type
two
of
at
players,
South
Georgia and
Carolina
Alabama
now.
are great places to go. I'm not saying Georgia and Bama don't pay players. They do. Everybody pays players. But you have to stop lumping these teams in with Texas, Ohio State, Miami, whoever else it is that's in that top 10 list because it's not Georgia.
Oregon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oregon's in there.
Southern Cal.
I mean, if you look at the top 10 money spent on rosters this year and then look at the top 10 odds to win the national title, it's two totally different lists.
Yeah, I've got the top 10 here. I can go and read it out if y'all want.
Yeah, read
Sure.
it out, but
Uh,
and then pull up the top 10 odds to win the national title. It's not just about money spent. That's just a lie that bad teams tell themselves.
so this is via Pete Nakos of On3. They've got number one, Texas. Number two, Texas Tech. Number
Not winning the
three,
natty,
yep. Number three, Ohio State. Number four, Oregon. Number five, Texas A&M.
not winning the natty.
Number five. So five are tied between A&M and Miami. Actually,
Neither one of them winning the natty.
Southern Cal at 7.
Not winning the natty.
Michigan at 7, tied with them. Tennessee at 9. Auburn at 10.
Billy.
Wow.
I mean, that ain't the biggest list of
Tennessee's gonna
winners.
stop buying all these players, Billy. I'm getting tired of these teams like Tennessee and Tennessee just outbidding everybody for their players just so they can never win anything. Let me get this straight.
I
So
stand corrected.
Tennessee's been caught cheating twice in the last 7 years, and they're outbidding everybody for players and still can't win
Still
any.
can.
What do they have to do to win something, Billy? Holy shit, they're cheating every time we turn around. They're outbidding everybody for players, and they can't win anything.
Yeah,
You know,
you're
Uncle Lou,
right.
I wish you would come on and
You're
fucking have
right.
something you and I could argue about. That would be much more fun. But I'm just gonna sit here and just let you just state facts all night and drink
Well,
my
I
goddamn
stand
Gatorade
corrected
Zero.
on what I was trying to refer to is bigger schools that have NIL collectives.
Yeah.
They're able to go in there compete. If Georgia don't have one, good for them. Good for them.
Well, they
No,
probably do have a collective. It's probably just not.
Georgia, like every other team with a pulse, banded their collective 6 weeks ago when the House settlement passed. Ohio State no longer has a collective. Georgia no longer has a collective. Alabama no longer has a collective. If you've
Tennessee
got a
probably don't.
collective
I don't
today,
know.
you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong if you have a collective today.
So we're going to go back to like Tennessee did it with the McDonald's bags, like we used to
No,
do it.
you don't have to. Tennessee doesn't have to put the money in a McDonald's bag anymore. They can literally just hand it to the player, up to $21 million a year.
Do you think it'll go past that though?
Not from the schools directly. No, that's tracked.
Under
I
the
mean, there's
table.
paper. That's paper. Of course, there's going to be under the table money. There's always been, but
That's
there's
what I.
differences between a hundred. There's a difference between $100 handshake or a free steak dinner after a
Yeah,
good game and paying a 17-year-old kid $8 million to come disappoint you for 2 years.
yeah, that was big mistake. That was the biggest mistake I've seen them ever make. Hand a kid $8 million. That was stupid.
Well, and
Stupid.
that's why I'm optimistic, or I say optimistic. I mean pessimistic about getting in these recruiting battles for people who I don't think are guaranteed. I think Darius Gray is about as close to a guarantee you can get on the line. He's about like David Sanders, I'd say, as far as getting in a recruiting
I
battle. I
have a
mean, I could get
question.
it for a guy like that,
Well,
but not
I
these.
got a question for Uncle Lou though about. Do you think that NIL was a part of Beck leaving? Do you think that had something to do with it?
Well,
Well,
in a roundabout way, it was, yeah, because the timeline of events of what happened is he got hurt, Gunner got the start. Carson then announced he was declaring for the NFL draft. Well, if you remember, when Carson declared for the NFL draft, that was in the middle of the first transfer portal window. So Georgia is sitting there going, okay, we've got the worst wide receiver room in the country. Our starting quarterback just declared for the draft. That frees up $4 million in NIL money. Let's go buy the best receivers we can buy. So that's what they did. They took the money that they were paying Carson Beck and they bought Noah Thomas and Zachariah Branch. Then 3 weeks later, Carson Beck goes, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to the NFL. I'm going to stay in college. Well, Georgia didn't have his $4 million. They had already pledged it to other players. So Carson Beck had to make a decision. Do I come back to Georgia for $1 million a year, a $3 million pay cut? Or do I hit the portal for 4 million or more? And he decided to hit the portal. I don't blame Georgia. I don't blame Carson Beck. The mistake was made when Carson Beck declared for the draft, not knowing for sure that's what he wanted to do because the portal window is such a tight period of time. Georgia didn't have time to sit around and coddle Carson Beck and go, "Oh, are you sure? Are you
Yeah,
100% sure? Okay, well, we'll put your $4 million off to the side in case you change your mind."
keep
No,
yeah,
Georgia
Going for
needs
it,
to
yeah.
go out and get players, and that's what
yeah.
they
yeah.
did.
Meanwhile, somebody else was going to scoop up Zachariah Branch and other guy.
Right. Yeah, they weren't going to stay in the portal long. So, like, I don't blame Georgia. Like, I think Georgia would have wanted Carson Beck if it could have worked out that way. If he never would have declared for the draft, I think we'd have Carson Beck and probably not Noah Thomas and Zachariah Branch. Or maybe we'd only have one of them because we wouldn't have been able to afford both.
Yeah.
But
And
I'm
you
not
reckon
mad
he'd be
at Carson.
discarded?
I'm not mad at Georgia. It's just kind of we all talk as college football fans about how screwed up the timeline is in December. Your conference championship games,
Wow.
playoff selection, practicing for playoffs while the portal is opening up, while signing day is going on. It's just there's so much going on. The coaches can't afford to sit around and wait. And $4 million, I know we like to pretend that all these schools have unlimited money. $4 million is a lot of money to any school in this country. So when that money got freed up, Georgia had to pounce quick in the portal to get the players that they wanted.
Fair
That's a
enough.
good point. That's a good
I
point.
think we're at a point now where when with stuff like that, I mean, you have to have somebody that basically manages your roster and where the
Yeah.
money goes and makes those decisions, and that's hard.
And I guess that's what a lot of schools now. To be honest, I don't know if Georgia has one, but a lot of schools are hiring these general managers now. I guess that's part of
Yeah.
what their job duties are. Is kind of like player financial management amongst how many players do we have on the team, how many are leaving, how many can we sign, how much money do we have to give them, all that kind of stuff. Like
I
They're
think
like
office.
that's
cap
why. I
watchers
think
in
that's
the
why they
NFL.
brought.
How can we get to stay where that cap is of what we got? That's basically what they do. So
I think that's why they brought Peyton on board is to be the business administrator up there. So the collectives have gone by the wayside. Is that what we're saying? They're no longer pertinent.
Most schools have disbanded their collectives. Yeah.
Daniel Gregory over here is Tennessee got rid of their collectives. Daniel, He seems
Well,
to. Oh, he said.
well, here's one comment I wanted to make as well, just regarding NIL. I mean, I know we're focusing a bit more on South Carolina losing the high school battles, but I think there's something to be said about our key players not leaving. Like our Lenora Sellers turning down $4 million. I mean, so at least we know when they get there, they certainly have enough money to compensate them enough to want to stay.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with Kirby, like his philosophy on like, look, I want to pay the kid that's been here for 2 or 3 years
Yeah, that's a good.
There you
Yeah,
go.
as
Yeah.
opposed to paying a high school kid. Not that, or his thing is he thinks like a third year guy should make more than the incoming guy. And like if you think of it as like just a regular job, whether it's McDonald's or whatever, like a guy, like if I get hired at McDonald's tomorrow, I'm probably going to be making less than someone who's been at that McDonald's for 3 years. And like I understand that because I'm the new guy, right? But some of these high school kids, man, I mean, it's just whoever's going to pay them the most, and it is what it is. Georgia's missing out on a lot of in-state kids that they used to land. I mean, I know nobody feels bad for Georgia; they're still going to have a top 5 class, but like.
yeah, yeah.
They lost that kid yesterday to Texas, and then in the same day they had another 5-star defensive lineman that was already committed flipped to Texas.
Yeah.
They
Well,
lost 5 stars in one day yesterday. Georgia did.
yeah, and like I said, you can point to a bountiful of riches, but a lot of these big spend. I mean, look at Tennessee. Their damn wide receiver one just stepped away.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these bigger programs, you're seeing your star people leaving, even though they're getting paid. Nico leaving. I mean, that's just Tennessee. I'm sure if I go down other teams, I mean, you see it all across the board. I haven't. It's not happening at South Carolina though. I don't think it's happening at Georgia. Um,
He said they just lost one the other day.
No, I'm talking about as far as people leaving your actual roster that were already
Oh,
on it, hitting the
yeah.
portal. They lost a high school recruit the other day, which, like I said, I kind of stand with Lou. I'm losing these high school guys unless it's a top recruit. It's just kind of water off my back. I mean, I believe in Beamer. I think he's been smart with the NIL so far.
I heard some college football YouTuber say he don't follow recruiting, doesn't know nothing about recruiting till after the day sign. Who is that guy, Lou? Till after they sign.
Well, I mean, I keep up with like overall, like who's in the top 10. Who's like, I know Auburn's having a horrible recruiting cycle. I know Southern Cal's having an unusually good one. But what I had to stop following was like the day-to-day recruitment of individual players for exactly what I just talked about. Georgia had this 5-star defensive lineman committed, James Johnson or whatever his name is. Well, yesterday he decommits and commits to Texas. I mean, it's just here today, gone tomorrow. When they sign, then I'll start looking into them and figuring out how good they might be and all that kind of thing. But
there you go.
Well, here's a question for the panel, real quick, because there's a whole lot of smoke behind the Saban return saga, and I honestly think he's coming back. I think it's going to be an SEC school, and my guess is whichever one comes open first between Auburn, Oklahoma, or Florida. Do you guys think he comes back?
He's
first
going to
of all?
Auburn.
I wouldn't doubt it. He went from LSU to Bama. I mean, it's
LSU and Alabama don't
They're
have the
still rivals.
relationship
They're not-
that Auburn and Alabama do.
I was about to say they're not Auburn, Alabama, but they're still rivals. To be fair,
He's 72 fucking years old. Who the
Hey,
fuck
yeah,
is that?
he's
Back
coming
up.
back.
coming back, and I definitely don't think he would go to Auburn.
Well, I throw them in because I think those are going to be the 3 earliest SEC opportunities.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he came back, it would be to a blue blood or something close to that. So I don't think he would even consider anything not named Texas, Oklahoma, maybe Florida.
And, I wouldn't believe it. Who was it that broke the story on that?
That was Greg McElroy.
Yeah. If he must, if I'd have heard of somebody else or just read it, or it must be legit to a degree, I guess.
I'm saying he seemed almost 100%, didn't he, Billy?
I don't think so.
He sounded pretty, but I don't know why would he do that. I'm like,
Since we have Uncle Lou here, I need one more Georgia question. Are y'all gonna miss Will Muschamp or not? That doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Georgia's not going to have the worst defense in the country because they don't have Will Muschamp. But I mean, he's an elite defensive mind. I mean, no, there's you don't get better you don't get better by losing Will Muschamp off your defensive coaching staff.
I've always thought Will Muschamp was pretty good at helping slow down that Josh Heupel offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know how much of Georgia's defensive success was him or Kirby or Schumann or I mean, we lost Lanning and didn't miss a beat really from Lanning to Schumann, and Schumann's kind of had Muschamp in his back pocket the last couple of years to kind of lean on, and I guess Champ's
Well,
gone.
did
Although
you?
you're still going to have some role on the staff. They just don't know what it'll be. So I don't really know what's going on. But I do think he's an elite defensive mind. He's a
Well, did
terrible
you
head
see,
coach.
Lou? You see, they offered Saban that position, by the way, and he turned it down.
But, yeah.
Yeah, they offered Saban fucking defensive analyst position at Georgia while he's talking about making a head coach return.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, Kirby?
Well, that was a joke. But yeah, to say he was overqualified.
I know, but I don't know. We've been talking about recruiting. It's going to be a shit show until they figure it out. You got your Sac State. Sac State's going to be a big player. I don't know if you've been paying attention, Lou. They're going to be a big player. They're coming Power 5 probably within 5 years.
Who?
Sacramento State. They're building a $250 million stadium. They raised $50 million in NIL this year. They're even going after basketball. They just went out and hired Mike Bibby. They're paying recruits left and right. I mean, they're a fucking FCS school. They got like a top 100 player committed to them now.
They currently have a higher rated recruiting class than South Carolina.
No,
and
not South Carolina. No,
Yeah.
South Carolina. No,
yes.
I looked it up that day. We were ahead of them that day too, but we did move up also with Blair committing.
Just saying.
But yeah, regardless, I mean, Sac State's coming. They're probably going to be a perennial ranked team.
Well, Sacramento State couldn't hold Lewin-LV's jockstrap.
Well, they certainly can
That's a fact.
monetarily. You know,
Well,
I think that Sac State program could just buy the whole fucking school if they wanted
well,
to.
Lewin-LV will be in the playoffs this year, and Sacramento State won't. So
Yeah, you probably right.
Texas Rock said Florida would dump Sunbelt Billy right now for Saban.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, almost anybody in the country would. Now, this is an interesting question. If you have an ultra successful head coach under 50 years old, would you get rid of them for? I wouldn't trade Kirby for Saban.
Well, let's apply this to Clemson. Let's say he goes to the Clemson AD. He says, "I'm interested in coaching at Clemson." Rob Dabo has had a disappointing couple years.
Once again, you don't trade Dabo for him either, just because he's what 72 years old. You got
He's
what
old.
3 years
he's
with
old.
him?
He's
You got
old.
3 years with him. Come on, man.
But he don't look. If you just look at him, you'd swear he was 50. That motherfucker's got so much plastic in his face. But
I can't see the chat, but I'm not saying that Kirby is better than Saban. I'm saying that Kirby is 45 years old or whatever he is, and Saban is 72. So it's a longevity. Like, do I want to have Saban for maybe 2 years, or would I rather potentially have Kirby for another 10 years? I'd rather potentially have Kirby for another 10.
Yeah, shit, I think I'd rather have Saban over Franklin at Penn State. I think if he wants to go to SoCal, they fire Kiffin. I think there's a lot of places he could go. All he has to do is make it public.
You mean Riley?
Yeah, Riley rather.
That would be interesting. Saban to Southern Cal. That would be it.
I mean, he's got the world is his oyster. His name carries so much weight. The dude could walk into all but maybe 3 or 4 programs in the country.
Isn't Columbia the pearl of the Orient down there in South Carolina? Columbia.
What's that?
Isn't Jack
Columbia is the pearl that's located in the middle of the oyster. That's South Carolina. Yeah.
And here's something nobody's talking about because they're not a huge powerhouse, but they have been spending on coaches. Maybe a potential Saban replacing Prime Time Sanders in Boulder.
He's
man, man.
In Boulder.
I don't think Saban's moving to any
They have to roll out the Brinks.
No.
Yeah, I don't think he's.
you know where he could go though, and it would make sense in theory.
North
If
Carolina.
Norvell shits himself
Florida
again,
State. That'd be a good one
he
too.
could go to
Yeah.
Florida State. I mean, it's
Yeah.
the blue blood thing that Lou was talking about, and Florida State's broken. Let's just be
Yeah.
honest.
He's got a house in Florida.
Yeah,
But
no property taxes. That means something to him.
that's that's true. That's true. But
Well, there is property taxes. There's no income, state income.
yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. No income taxes. There you go. No state
Is it
income.
what, Texas that doesn't have property tax? I think there's a state that don't have it. Could
I
be
lived
wrong.
down there for 20 years on the Panhandle. Go register a car. They get you one way or the other.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how
Uh,
it always works out.
Go register. I just
oh,
registered my car today in Tennessee, and it cost me $35. Register a
home
car down there in Florida,
in
three or
Florida is
four hundred bucks. Oh
Hey,
yeah.
fuck it. Go retire in Hawaii. Go be a rainbow war. How many games do you think Saban could win in Hawaii?
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Ships.
they got a new stadium opening up. Maybe he just wants to go enjoy his time out on the beach, recruit a bunch of fucking Samoans, and
It's not gonna
go win 8 ball games. See himself at
Yeah, you have a good summer, Rob. I ain't talked to you all summer.
been trying, sir. Been doing my thing. I've been following along with your program a little bit here and there.
Any? You been on any vacations?
I am been moving around a little bit. My daughter is going to play golf in college, so we've been doing campus visits all summer. So that's
where's that
kind of
going to be?
where we're at.
D1?
Tomorrow we are going to Lander. That's where we're going tomorrow. We were
Ooh.
Columbia College yesterday, and then we did Newberry last week. So it's basically find a place for my daughter to play golf in college. That's
What's
been my son.
what's her handicap?
Awesome.
Yeah, it's I don't remember what the hell it is. She shoots between the 80s to 90s. Is basically what it boils down
Where
to.
did she get?
Yeah.
Do you play golf? Where did she pick up golf from?
Oh, she didn't pick up golf from me. I mean, she's Karen's my wife's side of the family. They're all golfers, and we
Okay.
had her in golf lessons or whatever. We go out and play on Sunday. She beats the shit out of me. It is terrible.
Yeah, well, bring her down here sometime. I'll get her out at Augusta National. I know people.
Come on, Bill.
You know what? The crazy thing is that I halfway think that you are serious, but no, I mean she can.
Oh
Lou,
my
she
God.
can play golf, man. She can get after it.
Yeah. Well, good for her, man. That's awesome. My daughter just graduated high school too, so she'll be starting college up here in August too. She's going to a nursing school here in town.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
hell yeah.
Paula's got one more year in high school, but you got to pick your college now, and so it's
Yeah.
like it's all. And then we have all these tournaments we have to play. It's just fuck off. It's what it boils
Yeah,
down to.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Well, if you get them around, if you get her around over there at Augusta, you might just see a little Hugh Freeze action, Lou. So make sure you tell him he's a fucking jerk off on your way past the 9. All right?
Well, that's why Spurrier took the job in South Carolina, don't you? Because he can't
yeah.
win a
Well,
national.
Darla Moore has Darla Moore's got a membership up at Augusta. She's one of like the 100 people that does.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons for.
So that's one of the perks of South Carolina. I imagine that's probably why a lot of people want to come and work there, to be quite frank. But other than that, I know it's getting late. I'll be the first one to hop off of here. But
Get out
Lou,
of
we
here.
got you in. You gotta, just hit me with the go Cox. I fuck the tater man.
Go
Fuck-
Cox and fuck the tater man.
That's all we need, baby. Woo!
All right. Well, hey, it is good to have you in, Uncle Lou, and
Yep.
I appreciate it as always, man. It's awesome you
Thanks for
grace
having me on. We'll get to talk again.
Yeah.
Jackpot,
Well,
hold it down, buddy.
Will do.
all right, there you go, Uncle Lou
All right,
joining the
bud.
program. Billy, sorry that Uncle Lou had to come hand you your shorts there, buddy. I kinda
Well,
felt-
let's do something. Let's do something real quick because I wasn't going to, parse words of it. Now Google top college football programs pay out NIL money and go read it from 247. Google that. You may read it to you?
Sure, why not? If you've already Googled it, why the hell are you telling me to Google it,
Because you
sir?
wouldn't believe me. This is from August of last year. It's top colleges NIL money paid out.
Okay, what you got?
Let me pull it back up.
Oh, shit. You're a shitty producer, Billy.
I'm on time though. Top colleges paying out NIL money. 247.
Peckerhead says Lustradamus says Clemson and Tennessee are ass. Thank you for the super chat, sir.
Top 50 programs ranked by NFL efforts. 247.
All right, go ahead.
Let me get down to it. Memphis is 50.
Dear
Colorado's
God,
208.
Dial up.
I mean, this isn't me. This is 247. I'm just Penn State's 380 as 25th. Let me come on down. I mean, you can look it up here. South Carolina's 18th with 466 million.
Yeah.
Clemson's 17th with 476. Michigan's
we need to get it
15th.
up a little
Tennessee's
bit.
14th. Huh?
I said we need to get it up a little bit.
Florida State's 10th. I'll count them
Give it
down
to
to
Blue
you.
Chew. All right,
This
go
is
ahead.
247 now. This is 247. This is Auburn's
Sure.
9th. Auburn's 9th. Oklahoma's 8th.
Hey, Billy, you could just read out anything. Everybody in the chat believes you. You could just say whatever you wanted. Everybody believes you. Big Barney Ross?
LSU's 7th.
Sure.
Let me get on down because Oklahoma State's 6th.
Wow.
Now, Georgia's 5th. 760 million. No program in college football spends more money on football recruiting than the Bulldogs, and they earned a handsome return on the investment. I don't know. That's just 247.
Thank you, sir. Is it your
Florida is
birthday on
4th.
Sunday? When's your birthday? Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Can we send you a strippergram?
Oh, hell no. Let's see. Florida's 4th.
We're going to send
Texas
you some
is 3rd.
with like an 8.
Florida's 4th, and they're that shitty.
Yeah. Well, same with Tennessee. I mean, but Texas A&M's 2nd with 849 million. And the number one team is the Oregon Ducks with 969 million. So we
That's
can
over
pull out
twice what we got.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but your
far be
uniforms
it for
don't
me.
look like ass. Some of those Oregon uniforms look like canned dog ass. So
I thought
Daddy
we was
O,
going to bring
Daddy
Jaden
O
on here.
says who's 134? Probably Old Dominion.
Oh, it only goes back 50. It only goes back to 50. Bring Jaden on here. Is Jaden gone to bed now? Like to
Jaden's
hear
gone.
from Jaden.
Yeah,
Old Dominion could probably put their NIL fund in like one of those damn cash register drawers from Walmart or something.
If
Well, I
we
tried
bring
to get.
Jaden on, he's just going to talk about his favorite trains, and then
That's
we'll go.
okay. That's okay. It beats. I tried to get Sports Talk Jay on tonight, but I guess it's not happening.
Well, Uncle Lou was nice enough to show up, but Jay was no show again. I'm
I
starting to
told
not
him. I
believe
said.
in him.
I said, just come on, go get it over with. Go.
Wait, is there? Wait a minute. Is there some kind of behind the scenes thing to get Sports Talk Jay on the program? I don't know anything about.
No, I called him out on Saturday night, and
Jackpot's tried to get him on.
yeah,
and to discuss.
I'm tired of that bum bumping, gum bumping, ding, and I want to get him on here. I want to hash it out.
Well, but I would love that too. But he's not going to come on here because it's not the Tennessee vacuum. People will challenge him on his bullshit, and he won't have any way to defend it.
No. What I was talking about is, first of all, you can debate till the cows come home till this is done. I mean, you can whatever back, and I've told Jackpot this too. But anyway, I was telling Sports Talk Jazz, I said, come on, you get 3 minutes. Y'all's mics got to be off 3 or 5 minutes. No trolling, no cursing, no personal attacks, no just whatever truth. Then I said at the end, you and Kale have to chant SEC 3 times to get you going.
Well, no, it's not even an issue of that. But I mean, you promised them some stuff that would never fucking happen.
Well,
I don't think that Jackpot or myself are going to give anybody 3 minutes of uninterrupted time to come on and promote their hillbilly shit And you know what? If
First of-
Jackpot says he's going to do it, then God damn it, him and I are going to have a conversation off the air. I
what
am
would
not giving this hillbilly motherfucker 3 minutes to
hold
run
on,
his
hold on,
mouth about
hold on.
Tennessee is fucking awesome. No, sir, I will not have it.
No, no,
I
no,
will
no,
not have
no.
it, sir.
He was going to debate the South Carolina the thanks game, but see, it wouldn't be a debate. There would nothing be settled
Yep,
until the
sign stealer guy.
until the
Jackpot is more than
NCAA.
welcome to bring him on any program that
Well,
he
let me
does
ask you
to do
this:
his own thing. But if I'm on this show and it's the Rob and Kale show, which the two of us own together, my 50% stake gives me enough to say, fuck that hillbilly. We're not giving him 3 minutes to damn sit there and run his
well,
mouth about
see,
whatever the hell it is he's got. That's not happening. And if he
he's
does
just
say something stupid, I am going to call him a hillbilly and
well.
tell him I'll send him some porn. So that's going to happen
That's
too.
rich coming from South Carolina up in the mountains there. That's really rich.
Just
But
saying, we can
anyway,
hold dental
it
records. So
was it's
have them here. You don't have any there.
timeout. How if y'all got 2,500 people watching, how much money is that?
It
Views
doesn't look respectfully. He's not going to bring 2,500 people. He's not going to bring that.
between both of y'all.
He won't bring
I'm
2,500
just saying.
people to the show. If look, I would consider 90 seconds if Tennessee were playing South Carolina or Clemson in a game. We would let him come on, and I'd give him 90 seconds. But I tell you what, man, it would be really hard for me. Really fucking hard.
Have they ended? Have they concluded yet? All the schools he passed out videos to, film to.
No one cares on that, man.
No, 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 no. Oh, yes, we do too. That's the whole point. The whole point is that he sent out video. Is the NCAA or FBI come out and declared he did or he didn't?
Well, the
Wouldn't that
NCAA
be the
is not
point?
going
Wouldn't
to do
that be the
anything.
point?
Yeah, but
Somebody's saying he didn't send videos, and somebody's saying they did.
the guy's a high school coach. I mean, and he's sending players to Michigan. So I mean, it doesn't matter.
No, no. Back
I
to
don't
this
know.
ordeal.
I don't know if that's ever going to be
No,
brought to light.
they know. They know who he sent videos to. That's what I'm asking. Have they?
They know
Have they?
everything about
Have
him.
they sent it? I mean, the NCAA has been investigating this for 2 or 3 years. The FBI, have they actually come out and concluded who he sent film to or who he didn't send film to?
We'll have to get into that. But Billy, I know you turned 70. What 71, 70? How old you going to be?
70.
So you turned 70 this weekend. Happy birthday to you, sir.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We're gonna head out. But thanks for coming in, Billy.
Well, let me get Georgia out of my mouth real quick.
See you
Fifth.
later, buddy.
Fifth.
All right, there you go. Wayne says these cheese dicks trying to talk shit with 3 times less subscribers. Well, look, go ahead.
He's misspelled a lot of things tonight. He's having issues over there.
The issue is
I don't know who he's arguing with in the chat. But
the thing is that we're talking about with the Sports Talk J stuff. Here's the thing. Yes, he has more people that he brings in, but let's just be honest. The majority of his shit is clickbait for Tennessee fans. That's what it is. We don't have that shit here because we're honest with you. If you want to come over here where we're actually honest with you, fine. But if you want to go over there and just suck the Tennessee tit and, jerk off to Peyton Manning photos, that's the program for you, and that's fine. God bless him. Let him keep doing his stuff. We're not going to do that here. We're going to be honest. Sorry.
Amen.
Anyway, Jackpot, it's been a good show, buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you on Sunday.